All right, I wanted to make another video. We're going to do limits here. We're going to take a look at what happens with the limit as x approaches 1 from the positive side for this of f of x. We're going to take the limit as x approaches 1 from the, right there, left here. And we'll take a look at whether the limit as x approaches 1 of f of x, what is it? Okay, so those are the functions. Pause them, write them down. I had some students asking me because they didn't see where I was getting these values from. So I plotted this function in Desmos, and I'm going to try to be a little clearer, and hopefully this helps. Here's the function I have. I hope this is clear. Can I? Yeah, I can. Let's see. That hopefully helps some with the camera. So take a look at this. When we're doing at 1 approaching from the right, we look at where x equals 1 is. X equals 1 is right here. It's this vertical line right here. Let me make a line for that. X equals 1. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to start here, and let me turn that off because I don't want it there. Well, no, I'll leave it there. Why not? Let's see if we can make it dotted. So we want to look at what happens as we approach 1, or this function approaches x equals 1 from the right and from the left. So right now I'm holding down the cursor. The left value is x, the right value is y. Notice we can see right here, it's a little easier to see because that's right at 5. I'm looking for the y value. So as my value approaches x equals 1, it went from 5, it went down to 4, it goes down to 3. And as I get close, it looks like it's getting pretty close to 2. It's getting closer and closer to 2. So I'm going to write that for my function. This is approaching 2. Now we'll go back to the PC and we're going to look at doing the other one. We want to look at approaching this function, approaching 1 from the left. So we go to the x equals 1 line and we move left a little bit. And we just look at the y values. You can get this by plugging it into a calculator and just typing in the calculator the function. We're looking at x is less than or equal to 1. That's this equation right here. It's this side. So you can plug in values of x that are less than 1 and keep getting closer and closer. If I'm here, like I start a little ways away, I've got, it's above 2, and I'm getting closer. When I get down to x equals 0, it's 1.5. And as I get closer to x equals 1, that's too close. Let's see if I can zoom in. I'm getting closer and closer and closer to that point there. I'm getting closer to 1, 1. Y value, the x value right there is 0.98. If I put 0.98 into y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3/2, I'm going to get 1.01. I go a little bit further to the right. If I do 0.99 and I plug it into negative 1/2 x plus 3/2, I'm going to get 1.005. My values, as I get closer and closer to x equals 1, those y values keep decreasing down to 1. So that's going to be my limit from the right or the left. My limit from the left is 1. Now the limit as x approaches 1 only exists if the limit as x approaches 1 from the right of f of x equals the limit as x approaches 1 from the left of f of x. And they're all the same limit. They're both the same limit. Here, I don't have that. This is 2. And that says 1. 2 does not equal 1. So the limit as x approaches 1 of f of x does not exist. And I like to write that as DNE. Okay. So again, if you're looking to figure out what those limits are as we go from the left to the right, what you can do is just, if you're using a graphing calculator, it gets pretty easy, but I can do it by inspection. This graphing calculator using decimals is kind of throwing me off. I can just see if I get close, if I'm coming along the y equals 2x line from the right, which is the side that's greater than 1. Turn that off for a second. If I'm coming from the right, I'm going along that equation. I can just visually see, I'm looking at the y values, the numbers right here. The numbers on the left. Right here, it's 3. If I go back out a little bit, up here it's 4, here it's 3. This line looks like it's hitting 2. Notice, there it is, 1, 2. Okay. That's only showing up because I have this line right here. I'm going to turn that off. If I do that normally, if I go down to 1, it's going to say undefined because I have x is greater than 1 and not x is greater than or equal to 1. And if I come from the left visually, I'm looking at the y values. Right here is y equals 2. Right here is y equals 1. Right there is y equals 1/2 or 1 1/2, sorry. So I can see as I come this direction, those values are dropping down to 1. And you can do that without using the cursor. Just look at the picture. What is the y? What is the height? That's a better way of saying it. What is the height when I get really close to 1? X equals 1. For here, it's 1. From the right side, it's 2. Okay, I hope that helps. Peace out.